Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine stumbling upon, well, a hidden gem, maybe. A brand new voice in a world full of, established giants. And they're offering not just a product, but a whole new philosophy. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're talking about Akhor, a new independent watch brand. And their very first collection, Le Temps en Équilibre. Sounds quite poetic, doesn't it? So our mission here is to explore the concept behind it, the technical side, and how people reacted, straight from Geneva Watch Days recently. We really want to uncover what makes this watch genuinely unique and why it's got people talking.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because it's not just another brand popping up. Accor is really asking something fundamental, I think. Like, what if luxury now isn't about more complexity, but about, well, rethinking our relationship with time itself? It's a
Yeah.
pretty bold move for an industry that's often, let's face it, quite traditional. And it really says something about the innovation that's still happening in fine watchmaking. There's still life there.
That's a great way to frame it. A gold thesis indeed. So, who is behind this? The article says Akhor isn't just one person's vision, it's a genuine collective project. So tell us about the team. It's a Geneva-based brand. We've got Anissa Bader as founder and CEO. She's also chairman of Climax, which sounds important. Then Ricardo Montfordino as COO. Laurent Davoli leading design, and Daniel Martinez looking after the movement creation. Sounds like a strong lineup.
Oh, absolutely. It's a formidable team. And that connection, Anissa Bader leading both Accor and Climax, the component maker, that's key. It suggests a really deeply integrated approach right from the get-go. From your perspective, how vital is that kind of, vertical setup for a new independent brand trying to make it long-term? To me, it signals they're not just piecing things together, they're actually making the pieces. That self-sufficiency could be huge for innovation, for control.
Yeah, you're spot on. That control over your own parts, especially early on, must be a massive advantage. Now, let's talk about the name again. Le temps en équilibre. Time and balance. It is very evocative. It sets this poetic mood born from a poetic vision of time and its fleeting nature, the article says. But how do you actually translate that poetic idea about time slipping away? How does that actually show up in the watch itself?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. They do it by fundamentally messing with how we read the time. Most watches, they want absolute clarity. One glance, bam, the exact time. Accor kind of turns that on its head. What they've done is create this display where the hours and minutes are only partially visible, as if suspended in motion is how they put it. So time feels less strict, more fluid, something to be contemplated. A bit like those old mystery clocks, right? Where you had to look closely. For you, the wearer, it's not just a tool. It's almost like a little philosophical prompt on your wrist. It makes you question why you wear a watch in this digital age. Is it just for the time, or is it to experience time differently? Maybe more intentionally.
A philosophical prompt on the wrist. I like that. It's a really different take. So technically, how did they pull off this suspended motion look? It sounds complicated.
It is complex, but it's done quite elegantly, I'd say. It all comes down to a patented two-level dial structure, developed by Climax, their production partner. So you have the hour and minute hands rotating under the main dial plate. You only see them through these little windows or apertures. Meanwhile, the seconds hand sweeps above the dial like normal. It's a really smart way to create that feeling of time being partly hidden, maybe more intimate. And then aesthetically, you've got choices for the dial itself. Nice ones, too. Sunburst or honeycomb finishes. And colors like black, white, blue, green, brown. Classic stuff. Plus, for that extra touch, diamond set versions are available. We're talking 280 diamonds, about 0.85 carats. So they're covering the luxury angle, too. It's all about the overall feeling.
Okay, so the concept is poetic, the display is innovative, but how does it actually feel on the wrist? Let's get tangible. Talk about the case. It's described as an elegant cushion case. And the size sounds pretty reasonable, 39 millimeters wide, 11 millimeters thick. That hits a nice sweet spot for wearability, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. That cushion shape, those dimensions, it points towards a watch designed for comfort, for elegance, not a big, chunky sports watch. It should sit well on a lot of different wrists, I imagine. And they give you choices for the case material, too. You can go for 4N or 5N gold. Those are different rose gold alloys with slightly different warm tones, or, classic stainless steel. Covers the bases.
And the little details seem well thought out. It mentions a large dial opening, interesting, given the hidden time display. A thin bezel, which you can also get set with diamonds, 120 of them, adding about 0.3 carats. Short lugs, too, which usually helps with comfort and fit. And then the crown, it's got this nice hobnailed pattern, the brand logo, little traditional touches, plus 30 meters water resistance. Okay, maybe not for diving, but fine for daily wear.
Exactly. Those details, the hobnail crown, the diamond options, they show Akhor respects traditional luxury codes, even while doing something quite modern and, well, contemplative with the dial. It feels like a balanced mix, classic, craft, new thinking. And that extends to the straps. They're nicely done too, hand-stitch alligator or calfskin, with a folding buckle that matches the case material. And if you really want to go all out, there's even a diamond set buckle option. 76 diamonds, about 0.34 carats. They've really considered the whole package, top to bottom.
Right. And then you turn the watch over and bam! This is maybe the most impressive part for a new independent brand. You see their in-house hand-wound movement, the calibre AK, launching with your own movement. That's a massive statement. The article even says the idea was to be as independent from a creative and production standpoint and to build a base for future stuff like complications. And they had Daniel Martinez involved, who consults for big names and independents. So this isn't just a dream. It's like properly executed, isn't it?
It's a huge declaration of intent. Honestly, this is what really separates Akhor from a lot of newcomers. What grabs you immediately is that commitment to being truly independent right out of the gate. For a brand new company to launch with its very own movement, a 31mm caliber, 4 Hz beat rate, decent 60-hour power reserve, it signals serious capability, serious ambition. This isn't just slapping their logo on something standard. It's a genuine horological statement that says, we're here to play seriously.
And looking through that display back, the specs and the finishing seem to back that up too.
Oh, for sure. The movement architecture itself is quite nice. You can see parts of the gear train through these sort of open-work bridges, makes time feel visible. It uses a variable inertia balance wheel for better stability. It ticks along at 28,800 vibrations per hour. That's standard for good precision. And speaking of precision, it's COSC certified. Chronometer grade. A big deal, a proper stamp of quality assurance. Plus, it has hacking seconds, so you can set the time accurately. Enthusiasts love that detail. And aesthetically, it looks good. Nice finishing, beautiful anglage, those polished beveled edges and Geneva stripes radiating out from the balance wheel. They even did this neat little thing where the screw heads are shaped like the case outline, a subtle touch. And it's proudly marked entirely Swiss-made. They list partners like Medalum for dials, Ataculpa for the critical regulating parts, Ully for cases, Multicure for straps. Real Swiss collaboration for an in-house effort. Pretty admirable.
Okay, so we've got this really interesting concept, serious in-house tech, lovely aesthetics. But, what's the bottom line for someone thinking about buying one? Let's talk price. The Akhor Le Temps en Équilibre starts at CHF 28,000 in steel, and it goes up to CHF 77,800 for the gold versions with diamonds. These are definitely luxury prices, and we saw some comments online reflecting that. Liam Mulholland said, so it's a Fears Brunswick if Fears ever made an in-house movement, which sounds like a nod to the ambition, but then Greg just says, thanks but no thanks, the bubble is over. Pretty different reactions there, huh?
Yeah, starkly different. Those comments really capture the challenge, don't they? And the range of views a new brand faces, especially now. For you, the potential buyer, it means weighing up the innovation, the craft, this unique idea, against established names and maybe nervousness about the market. Liam's comparison to Fears Brunswick, well, in the indie watch world, that's actually a compliment. It acknowledges the in-house effort and the distinct look, respect, basically. Greg's comment, though, the bubble is over. That taps into this wider feeling, maybe skepticism about high prices for brands without a long track record, especially if the economy feels shaky. It's a direct question about value, isn't it? It really makes us ask, how do we, as people who love watches, figure out the real worth, the potential staying power of a new independent piece like this? Is it just the price tag? Or does the philosophy, the craft, justify that premium? It's a tough one.
It really is the big question. So wrapping up our deep dive here, we've looked into Akhor's Le Temps en Équilibre. We've explored that collective spirit behind it, the poetic idea of time, that clever 2-level dial, the nice cushion case, and yeah, that really impressive in-house AK-10 movement. It's definitely a debut that makes you sit up and take notice in a very busy field.
Yeah, what seems clear is Akhor isn't just trying to fit in. They're trying to change the conversation a bit. By asking you to think about time, not just glance at it, they're offering something genuinely different. It feels like a really thoughtful blend of traditional watchmaking skill and a fresh, almost philosophical approach. Quietly pushing boundaries.
So, does Akhor's Le Temps en Équilibre just ask us to wear another watch? Or does it invite us to maybe fundamentally rethink our whole relationship with time and how we choose to see it? Or perhaps beautifully obscure it? Something to think about.